Hi guys, we're on part 2 of Geometry of 2D Shapes, and in this video we're going to do congruency. So congruency means exactly the same, so something that is identical to something else. The symbol for congruency is kind of like an equal sign, but it's got an extra dash. So the way that I remember it is that they are equal to each other, so it's an equal sign with an extra dash. Okay, so congruent triangles are two triangles that are identical. You need to prove congruency using 3 things. So there have to be 3 things in the triangles that are equal to each other, and one of them must be a side. Okay, so you can't prove congruency using 3 angles. You have to have at least one side that's equal to the side in the other triangle. Okay, in grade 8, your format was really simple. You just said that the triangles are congruent and then you gave the reason. But in grade 9, you have to give a specific kind of way of writing it out. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to state which triangles you're working in. Okay, so your initial statement is the first line. Then you go on to line 2 and you start listing the things that are equal to each other. Okay, so maybe there was 2 lines that were equal to each other and they showed it on the diagram, so your reason is given. Maybe there was 2 angles that were equal to each other because they were alternating, and there was 2 other angles that were equal to each other because they just showed you that on the diagram. Okay, so that would be your 3 reasons. So those are the 3 things that are equal to each other. And then you finish off your format saying that the triangles are congruent and the reason that they're congruent. Okay, so triangle ABC is congruent to DEC because of side, angle, angle. 1 pair of sides that are equal to each other and 2 pairs of angles that are equal to each other. Alright, so my first reason with congruency, so you can take this down if you want, but we are going to do the format quite a lot, so you should get used to it. Your first reason for congruency is something called side, side, side. Okay, so you can prove triangles are congruent if there's 3 sides that are equal to each other. Okay, so if you have a look at my diagram, I'm going to start by saying which triangles I'm working in. So in triangle ABD and triangle CBD, I can see that AD is equal to DC. Okay, so this line here has 3 dashes and this line here has 3 dashes, so they're equal to each other. Okay, what other lines are equal to each other? AB is equal to BC, and the reason is also given because it was given to me on my diagram. And then the final line that's equal to each other is the middle line, right? So the triangles share that middle line DB. But what's the reason for that? The reason would be common side. Okay, that wasn't given to us. They didn't make dashes on that line. Nothing showed us that in the diagram. We saw that. So the reason that they are equal to each other is because they share common side. Okay, so you couldn't write given for that. Then, therefore, triangle ABD is congruent to CBD, and the reason is side, side, side. Okay. Alright, then from there, the second case for congruency is Sideangleside. So you've got 2 pairs of equal sides and 1 pair of equal angles. Okay, and the angle must be in between the 2 sides. Okay, so if you have a look at the way that I write it, I state which triangles I'm working in. From there, I'm going to list what they've given to me. Okay, well, they gave me that HG, which is this line here, is equal to GE or EG. That was given to us in the diagram. They also gave us that these 2 lines here were equal to each other, given to me on the diagram. Then they haven't given me anything else, but I can see that I've got vertically opposite angles here. So I can see that that angle there is also equal to 50, so there's the 2 angles that are equal to each other, not given. The reason would be vertically opposite angles equal. Okay, so side, side, angle, if I put it in order, it would be side, angle, side. So then I have my final statement that says that triangle HIG is congruent to triangle EFG, side, angle, side. Alright, congruency case number 3 is angle, angle, side. So you've got 2 angles and 1 side that's equal to each other. Okay, so in this diagram here, in triangle ABC and CDE, I've got this line here, AB is equal to CB. That was given to me on the diagram. They showed me that. They also show me that this angle here, C1, is equal to E. They're both equal to 80 degrees. That was given to me on the diagram. Then they didn't give me anything else, but because these lines are parallel, I can see that there's an F shape here. So those two angles will be equal to each other also. So I can say that C3 is equal to angle A, which is 50. Reason, corresponding angles are equal. And then there's my parallel lines. AB is parallel to CD. And my final statement to say that the triangles are equal to each other, are congruent to each other, and the reason Angleangleside. Then you've got your fourth and final reason for congruency. That is right hypotenuse side. So for this reason, it must have one right angle and the hypotenuse must be given to you. Okay, if they don't give you the hypotenuse as equal to each other, then you can't use this reason. Okay, so the triangles I'm working with, ABC and DEF, the things that they've given to me, okay, well, they've actually given me everything I need in this diagram. They show me that AB is equal to DE. That's given to me on the diagram. They also show me that these hypotenuse, AC is equal to DF. Those are equal to each other. And then they still give me the angle, right? Angle B is equal to angle E, which is 90 degrees, also given to me. So all my reasons here are given. Therefore, the triangles are congruent because of right hypotenuse side. Alright, so those are my 4 cases for congruency. For homework, I would like you to do exercise 13.7. It's on page 135, and I only want you to do number 3. So you have to prove that there's 3 different cases that you have to prove that the triangles are congruent. This is what the exercise looks like. Okay, so prove congruency for the following. So you have to prove that this top triangle is congruent to the bottom triangle. Same thing here, you have to prove that these are congruent. And same thing here, you have to prove that the left and right hand triangles are congruent to each other there. Alright guys, good luck!